Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J22 Report. I'm your host, Johnnie Market. You all know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Little disclaimer, nothing should be construed as financial investment advice. Just my thoughts on the markets. Let's get into today's stuff. Really big news today. The stock market was tanking. Stock market's tanking, and not only is the stock market tanking, but gold was up big time. But let's go in the economic data today. You can tell S&P Global Manufacturing 52.7. That actually is good, but remember it's global. ISM, which is more local, that's 50.3, way below consensus. So just and construction spending, which I think is a leading indicator, declined 2%, not good. And in terms of infrastructure, building, setting up plants, manufacturing, since that's the theme of this, not good. So data mixed bad, not doing very good. Looking at the stock markets today, let's go. This was a really bad day. 649 points, the Dow was down, S&P down 104, NASDAQ down 497. Let's look at the NASDAQ. I'm going to go look at it one day, obviously. If you look at it on a 5-day basis, it's down 1.93%. Monthly basis, 2.42. 6 month, it's still up, but you can tell it is gone. Let's do the year to date because it did coming way off that high, and it looks like let's just do a max. The 6,100. So let's do a 6 month. 61. So it's been but now it's really going down. So it's been over 6,000 3 times. If it comes up again, I think it will go to 6,500 or 7,000. But if it doesn't go up, maybe that's a triple top. This is a 6 months. Maybe that's a triple top. But looking at gold, gold was the big star today. The miners were not up, but up 1.32%. I'm doing GLD because you look at SLV, and not only that, but SLV up 1.55. So the fear trade is definitely here because gold and silver have both done well. And look at the data. If you've been following this channel, I told you in fall of 2024, we're going to get bad economic data or inflation, but looks like we're getting both, sort of. And so let's go to the other things. And now we talk about the mixed data, but I believe it's going to get worse. We'll be in recession this year. But let's go to Ford. Their sales in February fell 9%. If you look at it, 9% drop in February. And they're trying to cut costs amid lower interest rates for new vehicles. And they're also bracing for potential impacts on tariffs from imports in Canada and Mexico, which shows that, they have no intention of moving their plants back to the US. So they're going to remain in Mexico. It's not just an immigration policy, but it is Ford's policy as well, remain in Mexico. So you look at this, Ford, that's not a good sign on the economy. And the other thing is the Fed, look at this right here. Now, I'm not going to go into the details, but it says it admits the inflation battle will last longer than expected. So I said on this channel, maybe we've said the Fed listens to this channel. It's where it's getting its info. So the Fed inflation, it's going to be a lot longer than they thought. What's also going to show up in the data, and this is a really bad thing, is this doesn't get talked about enough, is the Canadian travel boycott. I'm just doing a couple of things. Canadians on average spend 20 billion a year coming to the United States. That's a lot of money taken out. And people forget Canadians take their Canadian dollars, they either inject it into the US economy, bidding up the dollar. So it's a lot of support, maybe a weaker dollar. And this boycott, if you look at it, look at this. It's projected to lose 2.1 billion in revenue and 14,000 jobs. So this is going to be, and this is a bipartisan boycott. They don't just go to blue states. If you're a conservative, uh, look at this. Both red and blue states. New York, which is blue, Florida, red, Arizona, red, Nevada, purple, California, blue, and then Texas, which is red. So it's a bipartisan pain. And this is what I said, the trade deficits are going to widen more because, well, I do agree with tariffs on a way, but I don't believe in this just blaming everyone and everything. I would raise the tariff slowly, because our businesses do need protectionism and some things, but Danish grocery store to distinguish European from US goods. Well, why are they doing that? Clearly, because if they do that, they're going to buy the European goods. So less exports for the US. And look at this. This is even going, and not only that, Canada, I wouldn't have tariffs on. I would just keep as is, because Canada, they just sell us oil. So gas prices will go up. But this is a pizza owner. They boycotted US products. And basically, it talked about this article. I read it before. They're also upset about, annexing the whole country. Um, and just said I wanted to move away from American companies. And look at this. Making the switch was not the easiest task. But let me find this. But look at this. 4 in 5 Canadians are now buying more Canadian products. So, uh, look, grocery stores are even labeling which items are made by Canadian producers. So this is, and look at this, used a Quebec-based company to source pepperoni. Cheese is made from Canadian suppliers. And look at this, the cost has increased, but they haven't had to charge. So this is one thing. Our exports, we're not gonna, and now if they do reciprocal tariffs, there's no way. And it's not going to be much of a loss because Canadians, they're as you can see, they're already buying stuff. So, this does not look good, and this is why I said QE is going to come. So, when we're in recession, because well, the inflation that came beforehand, the worse economic data that's coming, most consumers are broke, and this is worse because you fire all these employees. Now they have mortgages, they have auto loans, they can't pay those. So this is going to expedite the auto loan, the commercial real estate bubble, the credit card debt, and the home price declines we're going to start seeing that we've been talking about on this channel. So this is really stock market. I mean, I do want to look at the CNN Fear and Greed Index. And something like this, it's got to be a massive fear. Like, I mean, a massive fear. Let's, yeah, so, yeah, looking at that extreme fear, but it's not way down here close to zero. So, who knows? Maybe we'll have another sell off. I think if there's another big down day, they're due for a dead cat bounce. But anyway, that's all I have. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. And just remember the disclaimer, nothing, not financial investment advice. All right, I will see you next video.